If you have a product or a service, one of the challenges you have is tying the features and benefits of that product or service to some type of value that the customer can see. Now, there's three ways you can tie your product's value proposition to three anchors that will help the customer see the value in your product or service. The first is you can tie your features and benefits to increasing revenue. Said another way, how can your product or service help the client increase their revenue? Or how can your product or service help them reduce cost? In other words, drive the cost down. Or number three, how can your product or service help them expand their market share? So if you look at your product or service, figure out how can you help them increase revenue? How can your product or service do that? Reduce costs or expand market share? How can you help them in all three or one of the three? How can you help them basically grow their business? Now, for example, let's say that your product can help them reduce costs. Well, that's great. If you can help them reduce costs, that means they'll become more profitable. Because they're more profitable, they might be able to expand with new products into another market. In other words, expand their market share. As they expand into new markets, what will happen is that a bigger customer base will increase the volume, which will increase their revenue. Increasing revenue can also drive down costs. As you can see, this is a virtuous cycle when it comes to increasing their revenue, reducing their costs, or expanding their market share. So in any presentation, remember, tie your product's features or benefits to increase revenue, reduce costs, or expand market share, or all the above to really position your products or services value.